जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद श्रील प्रभुपद। हरे कृष्ण। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, text 1. तीसरा स्कंद 5वां अध्याय, श्लोक नंबर 1. श्री शुक उवाच द्वारी द्युनद्या ऋषभ कुरूणाम् मैत्रेयमासीनमगाधबोधम् क्षत्तोपशच्युत भावसिद्धः पप्रेच्छ सौशील्यगुणाभिप्रीतः। Because we are a little late, so one devotee can sing. Start. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Shukadev Goswami said, Dwari, at the source of Dyu-Nadya, the celestial river Ganges, Rishabha, the best of the Kurus, Kurunam, of the Kurus, Maitreyam, unto Maitreya, Asinam, sitting, Agadabodham, of unfathomed knowledge. Chhata Vidura Upashritya, having approached nearer. Achyuta, the infallible Lord. Bhava, character. Siddha, perfect. Papracha, inquired. Saushilya, gentleness. Guna abhitriptaha, satisfied in transcendental qualities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada. Shukadeva Goswami said, Vidura, the best among the Kuru dynasty, was perfect in devotional service to the Lord, thus reached the source of the celestial Ganges river, Haridwar, where Maitreya, the great fathomless learned sage of the world, was seated. Vidura was perfect in gentleness and satisfied in transcendence, inquired from him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Vidura was already perfect due to his unalloyed devotion to the infallible Lord. The Lord and all living entities are qualitatively the same by nature, but the Lord is quantitatively much greater than any individual living being. He is ever infallible, whereas the living entities, they are prone to fall under the illusory energy. Vidura had already surpassed the fallible nature of the living entity in conditioned life due to his being achyuta bhava, or legitimately absorbed in devotional service to the Lord. This stage of life is called achyuta bhava siddha, perfect by dint of devotional service. Anyone, therefore, who is absorbed in the devotional service of the Lord is a liberated soul and has all admirable qualities. The learned sage Maitreya was sitting in a solitary place on the bank of the Ganges at Haridwar, and Vidura was a perfect devotee of the Lord and possessed all good transcendental qualities, approached him for inquiry. Om Agyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamshcha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Once again, seek the blessings of all the assembled devotees to speak something on this holy day of Ekadashi, Safala Ekadashi. Ekadashi is a day where we give priority to hearing and chanting. Even in devotional service, we have different duties. But on the day of Ekadashi, we try to maximize our hearing and chanting. Devotees chant extra rounds. Some devotees do extra reading of Bhagavat, or worshipping of deity, or some practical service. Once His Holiness Srila Lokanath Maharaj asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, on Ekadashi we should chant 25 rounds, is that what you said? Prabhupada said, no, not 25 rounds. Then Prabhupada, what is your instruction? Prabhupada said, on Ekadashi you should not stop chanting. So, especially it's great fortune to be in Tirupati, Tirumala Dham on this day of Ekadashi. More than anything else, the chanting of the holy name is the most important item. Once Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, great Pandit of Jagannath Puri, who was the head priest, he asked Lord Chaitanya, among all the items of devotional service, which is the highest? And Lord Chaitanya said, the most important is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So according to our capacity, we will try to chant more and more today, and chant in a mood of helplessness, chant in the mood of dependence on Krishna. We are all in this material world. It's a very dangerous place. I heard just a few days, maybe a week or two back, when leopard attacked some family they were going, and a little child was attacked by a leopard. You heard this? And probably killed. So even going up for darshan is also the challenge always in this material world. And we are all being attacked by the leopard of time. Even if this leopard does not attack, the leopard of time is attacking. That nobody can save you. In time, we are all becoming older. People keep their photographs when they were 25 years old, 30 years old, because you have cheeks like apple, chubby cheeks. And then after a few years, you become like dry fruit. All the bodies. And you see your own photos 20 years back now, and I am 61. And the great illusion is, I am still thinking that I will live forever. The Yaksha asked Yudhishthir Maharaj, what is the greatest wonder in the world? Some people think Taj Mahal is one of the wonders. The greatest wonder is that people think that Taj Mahal is wonder. That is also wonderful. But according to Shastra, what is the greatest wonder? Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam. That we see. Our relatives are dying. Our friends are dying. Still, we tend to think that I will not die. That is illusion. Even though sometimes we find that body is growing old, hair is becoming white. So we try to put our dye. Some people dye their hair. But no matter how much you dye your hair, in the end you will die. You cannot change. One of my friends told me, I told him, he was my classmate. So I told him, now we are 60, we should take bhakti seriously. He is not devotee so much. So he said, no, I will live for very long. I will probably not die. I said, why? He said, I eat Chavan-prash every day. So I will live long life. But Chavan-prash was made by Chavan Rishi. And he also died. So the greatest wonder is that we don't understand. Even as brahmacharis, actually in grahastha life you become old, you come to know because you have children and children get children. In brahmachari life, it's the same hearing chanting. Sometimes you forget. When you see the hair, it's becoming white, so immediately we shave the head so that nobody knows that we are becoming old. But we should understand, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Knowledge of Bhagavat will only enter our heart when we have the sense of urgency, the sense that I must take to Krishna consciousness seriously. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving a lecture, and some devotees, were not so careful, so Prabhupada became angry. He said, Parikshit Maharaj had 7 days to live, and you are thinking that you will live for 7 million years. Prabhupada was very angry. I remember when I met Prabhupada, it was in Juhu 1977, and Prabhupada would give lecture in the morning and in the evening, in spite of his ill health. And one day Prabhupada was giving class in the temple, small audience, very few devotees were there. And Prabhupada became angry. He said, why are people not coming for Bhagavatam class? So devotee said, Prabhupada, now the date is coming for completing the construction. Radha Rasbihari construction was going on. The last stage of the construction, 1977. Prabhupada became angry. He said, construction? If there is a need, we can hire people for construction. But when there is chanting and hearing, that should take a priority. So today is the day we are in the most holy place to take advantage. Let us chant more and more. And chant with attention. Like the first day I told, Prabhupada would emphasize, chant every word clearly and distinctly. Sometimes he became habituated to chant very fast. I am one of the victims. I was chanting very fast, and one devotee told me, Prabhuji, you are senior devotee, but please, you are missing some words. So I said, no, why are you correcting me? I am senior. So he said, please record your japa. So I recorded my own japa, and I found different mantras are coming out. Sometimes it is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sometimes Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's called Rajdhani japa. So we should be very careful to chant every syllable with prayerful mood, with begging, oh Radha Govinda. Like today I felt very good. I think Prabhuji, you read that prayer, na? Oh Radha Govinda, please accept this offering. It's very nice that every day morning we come in front of deity and offer some prayer. Otherwise, if there is no prayer, then it becomes just a ritual. Oh, Mangalarti over, Japa over, class over, 9:30 Prasad over, and then take rest, No. Devotees, every day is a new day. It is an opportunity to progress in Krishna consciousness. We have just begun a new year, 2024. Devotees take spiritual vows. Materialistic people take material vows. I will do more business. Or those who are addicted to drinking, they say, I will drink only once a week instead of every day. Devotees take vow to increase their drinking. But what do we drink? We become intoxicated in the nectar of the holy name. Lord Nityananda is the transcendental drunkard, and he makes everybody drunk. Now when we come to ISKCON, we take vows, no drinking, no meat eating. But today I am encouraging you to do more drinking. By drinking the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So I request everybody that please make a small vow in this beautiful temple of Radha Govinda. Every year when the new year starts, try to increase your japa by 1 round. You see, when we join ISKCON, we are chanting 16 rounds. But gradually we should increase. You find great devotees. Srila Prabhupada was always chanting. Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, even after beads on counter, is always chanting. Srila Radhanath Maharaj, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj, all the leaders I have seen, they want to chant more and more. Prabhupada was asked, what will please you? He said, book distribution. Sometimes he said, chanting seriously. So that at the time of death, we can remember Krishna. How much notice do we have? What is the law here in this Tirupati comes under Andhra, right? What is the government rule? How many days notice we get before death? 1 week? 1 year? No guarantee. So once Srila Satswarup Das Goswami Maharaj, you must have heard his name, he wrote the Lilamrita. He asked Prabhupada, how can I make rapid spiritual advancement? How can I progress very fast? How many of you want to make fast advancement in the year 2024, achieve love of God in this life? Those who want completely, please raise both hands. Sanatana Prabhu is raising 4 hands. So I will tell you the answer in 1 second, in 2 seconds. The answer is, Prabhupada said, please listen. Prabhupada said, just think that today is the last day of my life. So you will be very attentive in japa. At least my last day japa I should be awake. I lost my laptop. No problem. Because today is the last day. My lap will not remain. What to speak of laptop? You know? When you die, you cannot take anything with you. Even your ATM card, Aadhaar card, everything will remain here. You know? One ATM card works after death. SBI, ICIC, UC, nothing works. Yes bank, no bank, doesn't work. Only one bank, one ATM card works. All-time Maha Mantra, ATM. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So let us take a vow in 2024 to increase the quality and quantity of our chanting for the satisfaction of Radha Govinda. In today's verse, Prabhupada is telling very beautifully about absorption in devotional service. Here, for Vidura, the word is used, it is called Achyuta Bhava Siddha. Achyuta Bhava Siddha is there in the shloka. Achyuta Bhava Siddha. What does it mean? Achyuta means one who never falls down. The word Achyuta is actually the name of Krishna, one who never fails in his promise to protect his devotee. But Prabhupada is saying a devotee also becomes Achyuta Bhava. Why? Because he is absorbed in devotional service. You see, you become absorbed in, you become like what you absorb yourself in. So if one is absorbed in chanting and hearing and doing service to the Lord, his whole body, mind becomes spiritual. That is why we don't, when a great devotee leaves his body is not cremated. We make samadhi. Because we understand his body is also spiritual. Iha yasya hare dasa karmana manasagir nikhilash avasthasu jivan mukta sauchyate. Such a person is, in this material body, is completely transcendental. So even his body is spiritualized. So, because of the absorption, so that quality of absorption is very important. Whatever we do, even if we are doing simple offering of flower to the Lord, it should be complete focus. If you are hearing Bhagavatam, it should be complete attention. If you are chanting the holy name with complete absorption, if you are eating prasad with full attention, that is very easy to do, you know. So, today is also a very special day. It is the disappearance day of Srila Devananda Pandit. He is one of the great devotees. Devananda Pandit. I will read little bit about his life because he is a very great devotee. He was living in Kulia. This is in Mayapur area. There are Navadvips, 9 islands. So there is one island called Koladvip. You see these 9 items, 9 islands represent 9 items of devotional service. So Devanand Pandit, he was very famous for Bhāgavatam recital. And many people used to study under his guidance. So one afternoon, Srivas Pandit came. You know, Srivas Thakur, we sing, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivas Adi. So Srivas Pandit, he came to hear Bhagavatam from Devanand Pandit. He was so humble that he was sitting like an ordinary person, very humbly. Hundreds of students were reading. And Srivas Pandit was just sitting at the corner. And he was also hearing. When he heard Bhagavatam, he became ecstatic. See, when a pure devotee hears the message of Bhagavat, he starts exhibiting symptoms of love of God. Nayanam galadashrudharaya vadanam gadgadarudaya gira pulakir nichitam vapukada tava namagrahena bhavishyati. So Srivas Thakur started crying, and he was rolling in the ground, and his body was became agitated. This perspiration. So the students of Devananda Pandit, they were thinking, who is this rascal, this crazy fellow? He is disturbing our Bhagavatam class. He is crying. I think he must be some madman. Hey, out, bahar nikalo isko. Get out. They took him and actually physically took him out of the house. It is a great offense to a great devotee. And Srivas Thakur was so humble, he did not protest. Now, Devananda Pandit himself did not commit this offense. The offense was committed by his disciples. But, Brittera dosh Swami aparad. When the servant does something wrong, the master becomes responsible. It's very important teaching. Devanand Pandit had to bear the reaction of the mistakes committed by his disciples. So we should be very careful, especially those who are initiated by Srila Prabhupada or by Prabhupada's disciples, that if I do something wrong, if I don't follow the regulative principles, or if I don't chant my rounds, minimum rounds, then my Guru Maharaj will have to suffer. We are seeing, very unfortunately, many of our present spiritual masters, they have severe health problems. And one of the reasons could be that when the disciples do not follow the process correctly. Behaviorally also, like I am going down the street, if an ordinary person does some mistake, nobody will pay attention. But if I am an ISKCON devotee, I have tilak, I have bead bag, and if I do something wrong, it will be highlighted, ISKCON devotee does. So one devotee should be very careful that let me not behave in any way which will cause infamy or bad name to my spiritual master and to Prabhupada and to the Parampara. Because immediately you do something wrong, they will say, oh, he is from which temple? He is a disciple of whom? So as followers of Prabhupada, to give respect to Prabhupada, a devotee should act perfectly. Once Prabhupada was asked, who is your follower? What is the symptom of one who is a follower? Prabhupada said, my devotees, they are perfect gentlemen. Becoming devotee is a high platform. At least we should become perfect gentlemen, to respect others' feeling, to not create anxiety or difficulty for others. Because more than the philosophy, it is the behavior of the followers of Prabhupada which will attract people to Krishna consciousness. Like we have the example of Jayananda Prabhu. Jayananda Prabhu, he prepared the Rath Yatra. In fact, he was instrumental in bringing Srila Jayapatak Swami Maharaj. You know this story? He was making a cart, and then Srila Jayapatak Maharaj that time was not initiated. He was passing by. He said, come help me, take this and put this nail. And Srila Jayapatak Swami Maharaj did that service and eventually joined ISKCON in San Francisco. I don't remember which place, 1966, 67. So Jayananda Prabhu was such a great devotee that he, just by his example, people would follow. Sometimes devotees would go to ask for donation. So they would speak something. He would say, we don't know philosophy, but Jayananda Prabhu is your leader, so I will give anything, any donation you want. So this behavior, achar and prachar, both are important. Achar means behavior and prachar means the words we speak. Suppose if I speak very nicely, but if I do not behave properly, then people will not appreciate. In English they say, walk your talk. Walk your talk. Whatever you are talking, you should try to live by that. So, Jayananda Prabhu was perfect gentleman. So, Devanand Pandit did not do mistake himself. But because his followers did that mistake, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very angry. when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was performing his Sata Prahara Leela. Sata Prahara means 21 hours, non-stop. He was giving benediction to all devotees. And then he called Shrivas. Shrivas, do you remember? You were listening to Bhagavatam very humbly and you were dragged out of the house and still you tolerated it. You know? And then Lord Chaitanya, he exhibited his anger at Devanand Pandit. This was before taking sannyas. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was going around Nadia and he came to the house of Visharada. And Devanand Pandit was giving Bhagavatam. Can you imagine, I am speaking Bhagavatam and some very advanced person like Prabhupada or some disciple comes and he chastises me. Lord Chaitanya became so angry, he said, "What rascal? What can this rascal explain Bhagavatam? He, in many births, he has not understood even one verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Should understand, this Bhagavat is avatar of Krishna and Bhagavat teaches only one thing, bhakti. In the beginning is bhakti, in the middle is bhakti and in the end is bhakti. Pure devotional service, anyabhilash, ahetuki apratiyata, savai pumsan paro dharma yator bhakti radhokshi, ahetuki apratiyata. It teaches bhakti without contamination of jnana and karma. So he explained, Chari Veda Dadi. Chari Veda Dadi, the 4 Vedas, they are like yogurt. And Bhagavat is butter. You see, you churn the dahi and then butter is prepared. And then from butter you can make ghee. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is like the butter, the essence of all Vedic knowledge. It is called Amal Purāṇa because in this there is no contamination. Other Puranas are mixed with Rajogun, Sattvagun, Tamogun, but Bhagavat is pure. In fact, it is said Bhagavat is non-different from Krishna. Sometimes if you do not have deities, you can offer your bhoga to Bhagavatam also. This book Bhagavatam. And also there is a person Bhagavatam. The more we associate with Bhagavat, the more we become pure Bhagavat. The sound vibration of Vyasadeva is purifying everyone. So, Chari Veda Dadi, the 4 Vedas are Dahi, and butter is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and Shukadeva Goswami, he is churning it, and who is eating the butter? Who is eating the butter? Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj. So, Shukadeva Goswami knows that Bhagavat is meant to describe the truth. Bhagavatam, Lord Chaitanya says that whoever sees difference between me and my devotee, I am a servant of my devotees. My devotees are my very life and soul. One day Lord Krishna told Uddhava, even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi, even I myself am not very dear to myself as much as you are. Pure devotee is my very heart. Tomara hridaye sada Govinda Vishrama Govinda kohena mora Vaishnava Parana. The heart of a devotee is Govinda is residing, Lord Radha Govinda. And Radha Govinda is saying, I am in the heart of my devotee and a devotee is my heart. They do not know anything else except me and I do not know anything else except them. If you want to please Krishna, just please his devotee. And what does devotee want? Devotee is happy, just give them little prasad, speak some nice words. And if you offend a devotee, it is like beating the Supreme Lord with a stick. One who does arti and puja to the Lord but offends his devotee, Lord says he is offering incense to me and then taking an iron rod and beating on my head. The Lord is loving his devotee so much that he will not tolerate even slight offense. He will tolerate his own offense, but will not tolerate. So here Lord Chaitanya was so angry, he said, Devananda, Devananda Pandit was giving lecture. Lord Chaitanya was speaking on the side, but he was speaking so loudly that Devananda Pandit could understand his mistake. And at that time, Lord Chaitanya left. And then devotees asked more about Bhagavat. So Lord Chaitanya said, all the scriptures state that Bhagavatam is the highest realization. Anybody who speaks Bhagavatam without devotion is a scholar but not a devotee. He is posing himself. He doesn't know the purport. He is licking the honey bottle from the outside. It's a very nice honey, natural honey. But if you lick it from the outside, it will not taste very good. Only one who has understood that Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna, he can relish Bhagavatam. By the mercy of the person Bhagavatam, you understand the book Bhagavatam. This book Bhagavat, there are many people who have done PhD on Bhagavatam, but they don't understand Bhagavatam. But a book Bhagavat like Prabhupada, when you serve Prabhupada or serve the devotees representing Prabhupada, then we can understand what is Bhagavat. Otherwise, Bhagavat is mystery. There are so many Bhagavat Kathakars in India, and very few actually understand. The meaning of Bhagavat is to pure devotional service. The meaning of Gita is Sarva Dharman Parite. So only when we hear the Bhagavat recited by a pure devotee. Lord Chaitanya told, Ja Bhagavata Sthana Kari Bhagavat. Go to a pure devotee and study Bhagavat. In fact, once there was a great devotee named Vallabha Bhatta, whom we know as Vallabhacharya, who is one of the acharyas in Pushti Marg. He was little proud, and he told the devotees that I have written a commentary on Bhagavatam which is better than what Sridhar Swami has written. Sridhar Swami is the original commentator in the 12th century. And he said, actually, Sridhar Swami wrote, but that was good for that time. Now the times have changed, so I have written a better commentary. And Lord Chaitanya was very angry. He said, Swami Jena Mane Kare Veshyara Ganan. There are two meanings for the word Swami. One meaning is husband. A woman who is not loyal to her husband, chaste, is a prostitute. Similarly, one who does not accept Sridhar Swami, his explanations have no value. If you don't accept the previous acharyas and you try to pose your explanation as the best, then in spiritual circles you will not be accepted. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he rejected Vallabha Bhatta. Then Lord Vallabha Bhatta understood his mistake, begged forgiveness, and then Lord Chaitanya embraced Vallabhacharya. So Devanand Pandit was thinking about all these things, and after some time Lord Chaitanya left Mayapur, went to Jagannath Puri, took sannyas, and then Devanand Pandit realized, oh, such a great soul, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, I am so unfortunate that I could not understand when will I get his association. Now just see how Devanand Pandit could correct himself. There was once a festival in Kulia, and Vakreshwar Pandit came. Anybody of you have heard the name of Vakreshwar Pandit? Vakreshwar Pandit was the associate of Lord Chaitanya. He liked to dance. Like it's very nice, in Guru Puja we have dancing, but we dance for 10 minutes, half an hour. But he would dance for how long? Anybody knows? How many hours? 72 hours. Our Radha Krishna Prabhu was there at that time probably. 72 hours. That means you start dancing on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, till Wednesday at 9 o'clock morning. Hare Krishna. No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner, only Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Sometimes we hear this, we may think, how is it possible? I can dance for 3 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 hours, very difficult. But he was dancing for 72 hours. And at that time, Vakreshwar Pandit was dancing and the crowd became very big. You see, crowd control is a very important service. In Rath Yatra time, senior sannyasis, they want to be, not be very, they want some privacy. So, Devanand Pandit came in between, and the crowd were disturbing Vakreshwar Pandit. So Devanand Pandit took a cane and said, Are dur jao. He separated. And he did that service. And as Kirtan was going on, suddenly Vakreshwar Pandit fell down. He fell down, and Devanand Pandit put his head on his lap, and he took his cloth and he wiped away all the dust. So, because he did this service to a great devotee, Lord Chaitanya decided to show him mercy again. At first Lord Chaitanya was so angry that he was chastising Devanand Pandit and he was about to rip apart the Bhagavatam book from his hand. But now Lord Chaitanya became very peaceful. So, after taking sannyas, Lord Chaitanya went to Puri and he came back. On his way to Vrindavan, he came back to Mayapur. During this visit, he did not reach Vrindavan, but he was attempting to go. And when he came to Navadvip, he was begging, he was forgiving everybody. Gopal Chapel, you know the story of Gopal Chapel? Gopal Chapel had offended Srivas Thakur and Lord Chaitanya forgave him. And Devanand Pandit came to beg forgiveness. And Mahaprabhu told him, Devananda, you have served my great devotee Vakreshwar. Because you have done this, now you can approach me. Previously you had offended Srivas Thakur, that's why I was angry with you. But now you have rendered service to Vakreshwar Pandit, so your offense is mitigated. Whoever serves Vakreshwar Pandit, he will receive Krishna's mercy. Devanand Pandit he started folding his hands. He was, in a faltering voice, he said, my dear Lord, you are the supreme controller. Simply for the sake of reclaiming fallen souls, you have advented yourself in Navadvip. My dear Lord, I am so unfortunate. When you were performing your pastimes in Mayapur, I did not recognize you. I did not serve you. Please, my Lord, please, I am a sinful person. Please help me. Please tell me how I can become purified. I want to know what is the real meaning of Bhagavatam. So Mahaprabhu replied, in the Bhagavatam, you should begin with description of bhakti, devotional service. In the middle, you should speak about bhakti, devotional service. And in the end, you should speak about bhakti, devotional service. Bhagavat, from the beginning to end, is simply bhakti. Bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga dhana. You remember yesterday I told? Bhakti yoga Krishna nama smarana krandan. That we must take shelter of the holy name, bhakti yoga. Just like Krishna has different incarnation. Anybody like to tell which are the incarnations among the 10? Matsya avatar, Kurma avatar, Varaha avatar, Narsingh avatar, Parshuram. These are different avatars. So same way Bhagavat is also avatar. This Bhāgavata Purāṇa is like the sun. Krishna swadham upagate dharma jnanadhibhi saha. When Krishna left to the spiritual world, he has advented himself in the form of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. This is called Amal Purāṇa. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would go to listen to Bhagavatam. You know, in Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya would go to listen to Bhagavatam. From whom he would listen? Gadadhar Pandit. And he would hear the same story 100 times. Prahlad Maharaj story, Dhruva Maharaj story. Now I told some story yesterday. If I again tell, people will say, Baba, please speak something new. You know, koi naya chatpata sunao. Pani puri, yes, something tasty hona chahiye. You know? But here, the same Bhagavatam, he would hear 100 times. Nitya Nutanam. This Bhagavat becomes sweeter. When Shukadeva Goswami tastes, it becomes more sweet. So when the pure devotee speaks, the sweet Bhagavatam becomes even more sweeter. So due to the appearance of devotion, Bhagavatam appeared. And Bhagavat, one who remembers the Bhagavatam, prays for the mercy of Bhagavatam, he can be purified. In fact, Chaitanya Bhagavat and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam are non-different. Because the author of Bhagavat is Vyasadeva. And same Vyasadeva appeared again in Gaur Leela in the form of Vrindavan Das Thakur. And Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is Nyaya Prasthan. It is commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has lot of philosophy. In Kali Yuga, people cannot digest philosophy. So Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat with less philosophy but more stories. And through the stories, he is indicating. Then Lord Chaitanya told, go and beg forgiveness from Srivas Thakur. You have offended Srivas Thakur. And if Srivas Thakur forgives you, then you will understand Bhagavat. Immediately Devanand Pandit ran and begged forgiveness. Oh, Thakur, please forgive. And Srivas Thakur said, there is no offense. You have not committed any offense. And all the devotees shouted in ecstasy, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. This is one example of how Lord loves his devotees so much. In fact, there is one story that Lord Chaitanya's mother, Shachi Mata, even she was not given love for God. Anybody knows this story? Mahaprakash Leela, Lord Chaitanya was giving love of God to everyone. Murari Gupta, who is Hanumanji, Lord Chaitanya gave love of God. Then there was Sridhar Kholavecha. Lord Chaitanya showed him the form of Krishna Balram. Haridas Thakur, Lord Chaitanya gave the benediction that you will always receive the remnants of my devotees. But Srivas Thakur said, my Lord, you are showing mercy to all. But what about your mother, Shachi Mata? Why do you not show mercy to her? Lord Chaitanya said, no, she cannot get mercy. She has committed a great offense. And what was the offense of Shachi Mata? She offended Advaita Acharya. She did not beat up Advaita Acharya. She did not write a WhatsApp message about Advaita Acharya and put it on the blog or YouTube or MyTube. No. She simply thought in the mind. My elder son, Shachi Mata's elder son, means Nimai's elder brother, whose name was Vishwarup. Vishwarup, elder brother. Vishwarup was associating with Advaita Acharya intimately. Every day they would have katha from morning to evening. And because of that, his parents were thinking that maybe, we should get him married. Otherwise he may join ISKCON, So they were planning for his marriage. That same night, Vishwarup left home and took sannyas. And his sannyas name was Shankararanya Swami. So, Shachi Mata was thinking, my son left home because of the association of Advaita Acharya. He is not Advaita, he is Dvaitmay. He is duplicious. He has taken away one of my sons. Maybe another may also go. So like that in her heart, she did not tell anybody. But how did Lord Chaitanya know? Because he is the super soul. See, whenever we are, just like whenever we are traveling, if we know there is a camera, we are very cautious. CCTV. But Lord, there is one TV always there, PTV, Paramatma TV. Audio, video, thinkyo, everything is recorded. What you are speaking, what you are behaving, and what you are thinking also. At the time of death, what you are thinking will decide your destiny. So, Lord Chaitanya said, I will not show her mercy unless she takes the dust of the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya. So all the devotees went to Advaita Acharya and said, please forgive, please give the dust of your lotus feet. Advaita said, for whom? For Shachi Mata. Shachi Mata! Shachi Mata is so exalted. She is Yashoda in Krishna Leela. In Balaji Leela, she is Bakula Devi. In Ram Leela, she is Kausalya. And then she is Aditi. She is Prishni. She is such a great personality in whose womb Lord Gauranga stayed for 13 months. How can I give the dust of my feet to such an exalted personality? She is so glorious. And as he was glorifying, he became unconscious. And devotees took the dust of the feet of Advaita Acharya and put it on Shachi Mata's head. And by that dust, she also became unconscious. And hearing this story, all of you will become conscious. So then Lord Chaitanya said, now I will give love of God to Shachi Mata. Because Vaishnava aparad is so dangerous. Shula pani sama yadi Vaishnava ninda kare, Even Trishul Dhari, the person who has got Trishul, that is Lord Shiva, even if he commits an offense, he will have to suffer. So we should be very, very careful. Never offend Vaishnavas. Never. Even if that devotee is at fault, we should pray to Krishna, please correct. It is not my business to find fault. Even if a devotee is wrong, if he is engaged in devotional service, Krishna says, Chipram bhavati dharmatma, kaunteya pratijani name bhaktya pranisha. Lord Chaitanya once said, I will take back to Godhead any devotee who does these two things. What are the two things? Never criticize devotee. Even if you cannot glorify, never criticize devotee and always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. So today is Ekadashi. As a brahmachari, I am asking for some donation. Anybody would like to give me donation? Please say Hari Bol. People are afraid. Already we have given to Balaji already. The donation I am asking, everybody is ready to give? Please say Hari Bol. Try to chant maximum number of rounds, at least minimum 50 rounds today. Hari Bol. Those who cannot do 50, at least do 32. And those who cannot do 32, Hare Krishna. Don't take prasad then. Save your time. Once devotee said, Prabhupada, I am not getting time for japa. Prabhupada said, then don't eat prasad. At least today 32, everybody. How many of you can do 32 or more? Today we can try to do. We can try at least, Govindji will help. It is not a vow, but try to do. And the brahmacharis, especially here, they like to chant. They are very, today morning I was chanting with some devotees. So please pray to Radha Govinda and pray that we may all become humble. We may never commit Vaishnava Aparad. And if any Vaishnava Aparad we have done on the day of Ekadashi, we should pray to Krishna. Knowingly, unknowingly, any Aparad I have done, let me beg forgiveness. Let us pray to Lord, please forgive all offenses and give us taste for the holy name. For 30 seconds, please offer prayer for taste for the holy name. Pray for all of the devotees whom you know, and even those you do not know. Please let everybody get taste for holy name. Everybody become liberated and go back to Godhead. Sarve sukhina bhavantu, sarve sukhina. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Yesterday we were all chanting very loudly. Let us chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Last time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Devanand Pandit ki jai, Sri Radha Govinda Gaur Nitai Balaji Bhagavan ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripasya. By clapping in front of Lord, all these sinful activities go away. So you are not clapping for me, you are clapping for Radha Govinda.